Hi guys, I have the Betterpress Plate Cosmos backdrop and the coordinating stencils, which I did make this card using it in the Betterpress and the Lisa Horton inks. I asked in the video if you guys wanted to see it with the Glimmer, and so I thought let's do it. Let's foil it. So it is in the Glimmer. It is almost ready. I used some polished brass hot foil, Glimmer Hot foil. It is almost ready to come out, and then I have some inks, and we're gonna hot foil, and we're gonna see what it looks like, because Betterpress plates are the best of both worlds. You can letterpress them or you can glimmer them. So let's see what we can get here. Doing that. And I use some Hammermill 100-pound cardstock. That's my go-to when I am hot foiling. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I do a lot of foiling, so make sure you are subscribed. And there you can see, always perfect foiling. Always. That's my watch that just made that noise. Okay, so now we're going to grab my Waffle Fowler mini mat here. Oh, just love how that looks. I don't even want to stencil it. That just looks great like that. All right, now the stencil has 5 layers, and I have marked them in the corners with a little bit of marker so I can see the layers. And I'm gonna put a little bit of Spellbinders tape on here. Once I can get it going. Just to hold it in place. Just going to put a little bit in the corner here. Just so it doesn't move. Alright, so we're going to start with layer 1. And I'm going to do purples and pinks in this one. And it's very easy to see through this stencil and see how it's supposed to line up. And we're going to be using Catherine Pooler inks today. And this first color we're going to use is Pucker Up. Pucker Up, Buttercup. Okay. And since we're doing this over foil, I would recommend a dye ink, not an oxide or a pigment ink, because you want to be able to wipe that ink off the foil. And a dye ink or an oxide ink or a pigment, an oxide ink or a pigment ink, not a dye ink, will sometimes be difficult to wipe off. So you want to use an ink that will be easy to wipe off when we're done here. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is going to be the darker color on the petals. Well, it can be any color you want. There's no rhyme. There's no layering. It's just different colors. So this is actually very easy. I'm going to go in with Flirty Fuchsia, which is kind of a purpley color. Almost a darker purple pink. kitty. All right, that is layer number 2. All right, the next one is the centers. That's layer number 3, and that's going to be the centers of the flowers. Now, on the other card I kind of made orange and reds for the florals. I did a brown center, so to me it gave off kind of a fall vibe. For this one, since I'm making the flowers kind of purple and pink, I'm going to do a yellow center. So this should give us more of a spring, summer vibe, but again, anything you want to use. This is Glitz, which is a golden yellow from Catherine Pooler. And that's how easy that is. Boom. This would be very easy to mass produce several cards and do a whole bunch of cards and give it away as gifts. If you're looking for gifts for someone, if you mass produce note cards, you can make a whole bunch of these and not have to put sentiments on them until you're ready to use them. I mean, depending on your color choices, you could make happy birthday, thinking of you, get well soon, just because. I mean, any number of note cards. And now the last 2 are your greenery. So these are your leaves. So I'm going to start with Lime Ricky, which is a brighter, lighter green. And this is stencil number 4. Might want to use a smaller stencil brush because there are some tiny little leaves in here. And I'm using some generic stencil brushes, but Spellbinders has small ones. They have medium-sized one. They have now new jumbo ones. So if you don't have stencil brushes and you're looking while you're shopping, they have them at Spellbinders as well. But any stencil brushes you have will work. Okay, and then the last layer, layer 5, are the other half of the leaves. And again, you can use the same color green. I'm going to use a darker contrasting green, just to give it more layers, more depth. And again, you just look right through the stencil, line it up, and I'm going to use Martini for my darker green. And I'm using the same brush. That's really how easy. Now, if you really wanted to go in and add more depth and dimension to this, you could go in with markers and color pencils and go in and add more detailed lines and layers to this. But I think you could really mass produce some cool note cards with this. You know, make like a half a dozen or a dozen of them. And you could give them away as gifts. You can keep them on hand for when you needed some cards. You could do a variety of different color themes. You could do them very quickly if you stayed with the same color. I know I did multiple colors here, but you could stay with the same color theme. And look how quickly this is. I have those sentiments here. I don't want to do I'm sorry or sympathy because these are bright cards. But let's just say, just because. So look how quickly this becomes a card. Let me grab some of that Spellbinders Color Essential card stock. down to 5.5 by 4 1/4. Let's cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. Spellbinders tape runner. And this is a 5.5 by 4 1/4 top folding card. That is Spellbinders cardstock, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. This is the glimmer panel that we just glimmered and stenciled. Now we've cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4. Look how pretty that is. The yellow, that really pops. And I can take a little rag and just wipe my foil down just to make sure there's no extra blobs, but I think that's okay. Here's one of those extra Betterpress sentiments from, I believe it's called Everyday Sentiments. And then I'm just going to take my little pokey tool. And these are little foam squares, mini foam squares from Spellbinders. Oop, put that on the back of my sentiment. Pop that up. I feel like one of those didn't peel off. Okay. I don't want to cover my flower, so we're going to put it up here so it's out of the way. And look how easy that was. So here is the Betterpress one. And here is the glimmered one. So if you have this plate, you can do both. You can Betterpress with it, or you can hot foil it. And any hot foiling system, by the way, you don't have to just have the Glimmer Hot foiling system. Okay, so I think it's versatile. I love when you can use something in more than one way. Again, the Betterpress plate is called the Cosmos Backdrop Betterpress plate. I will put it in the link below. And then you have the optional layering stencils you can purchase along with that. And I think it's a great combo whether you hot foil or not. It's something to consider with the Betterpress and for the glimmer. Let me know in the comments, which do you like better? You guys already know what my answer is going to be, but let me know. Do you like the Betterpress one better, or do you like the glimmer one better? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up before you go. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would click the button and click the bell for notifications and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on foiling. Bye-bye.